Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishop, and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and peace and blessing be multiplied on all you brethren that's teaching this word in all sincerity and truth. Shalom to the few Akwaf that listen and learn in silence. And shout out to the elect, the 144,000, and the rest of the elect out there, Shalom. I'm the brother Dama Gabar, here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. Right, and I found this this video from this chick Whitney Webb, and it's called "The New Class of Slaves." All right, and I'm gonna play about 5 minutes of this video, but it's basically going into everything that we've been prophesying about. You know, how this new class of slaves that the so-called white man Esau, Edom, and these elites are trying to create are digital slaves, which is going to be you human people. You know, this is why you see the Trump administration getting involved with all of these technocrats. This is why you're seeing the all these different AI bills, data centers being created. You know, they're allowing 6G, artificial intelligence, as the brother in London would call it, artificial idumian, you know, to go unregulated and unvetted, and they're building this new world order, which is going to breed what? You new class of digital slaves. And it's all going to lead unto the mark of the beast, which is the O.T.B, the implantable microchip. And along with the mark of the beast, these devils are talking about putting brain chip interfaces in everybody, you know, putting this nanotechnology inside of everyone. And basically, transhumanism is going to become the new form of eugenics. You know, like Klaus Schwab said, Noah Harari said, humans are now hackable animals. And this is how they're going to create a new class of digital slaves, is via this technology. But as she's going to tell you in this video, and as we've been telling you, they're going to present it as they're going to present it as helpful, as an upgrade. You know, they're going to present it as, useful and helpful. And also they're going to present it in the form of healthcare. You know, and this is part of their scheme and their plans as well. Oh, let us put some of this technology in you. We can detect cancer. You know, we have the ability to, cure all your sicknesses. We can upgrade you to where you can live forever. You can never die. All this other bullshit. But it's really all a plan and a plot and a scheme to enslave you via this technology, man. All right. And it's all going to lead to the mark of the beast, this digital ID system, CBDCs, 15-minute cities. But in order for you to be a participant and a recipient of food and being able to buy and sell, being a registered citizen, to be able to operate and live and function within this man's new world order, you're going to have to digitally submit yourselves and become a new class of slaves. Now, of course, they're not going to come out and tell you that's what it's all about. But that's ultimately their agenda and their plan. It's very evil. It's very, it's very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's very, it's just wicked, man. But it's all, how these devils are going to deceive you into this, to enslaving yourselves digitally. So let's check out some of this video. I got a few precepts, but just listen closely, man, because this is what these devils are ultimately doing. They're trying to create a new class of slaves via this technology. And part of you becoming submitting yourselves is receiving this man's O.T.B. And with that gives him complete and total control over every aspect of your life. Not only whether you can buy or sell, but your innermost thoughts, your emotions, your feelings. This devil wants to get back, like Noah Harari said, they want to get inside of you. And that's what a lot of this technology and brain chips and, micro C hips and this technology is really all about. Him trying to become a technological god over you via artificial intelligence, technology, transhumanism, merging you with machine, putting you on his grid. And it's very wicked. Oh, that's where I was looking for. It's very nefarious, man. So let's check this out. Got a couple precepts and we're going to close it, man.
Enhancement and progress could actually be the sales pitch for something much darker, a permanent technological hierarchy. And the reason this clip is so strong is because it doesn't start with science fiction. It starts with history, then moves to modern institutions, then lands on a single terrifying question. What happens when the same people building the systems of digital control also start building systems to modify the human body? because once this conversation shifts from gadgets.
And you see, it's showing Israelite slaves in the background, right? You see, because that's ultimately what they want to do. They really want to hijack and take control over the Most High's chosen people, which are you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. This is a huge part of his new world order, is trying to, possess the Lord's people, upset prophecy, which we know is impossible because he's not going to be able to deceive the very elect. All right. He's not going to get his hands on the Lord's chosen, but this is ultimately a huge part of his plan.
To governance, the whole thing sounds different. In a book in 1957, I believe, called New Bottles for New Wine, something like that, Julian Huxley coins the terms transhumanism and talks about how the new eugenics is going to be merging man with machine. So this is basically eugenics rebranded. That opening matters because it frames the entire segment as a fight over language. Not just what technology does, but what it gets called. Now, whether a viewer agrees with that conclusion or not, that's the thesis Webb wants the audience to hear. The transhumanism is not just a tech movement. It's a worldview about redesigning human beings and reorganizing society. UNESCO's own historical material confirms that Julian Huxley was the organization's first director general, which is relevant because Webb is grounding her warning in elite institutional history, not just internet theory. And this is why the clip works so well as a hook. It forces your audience to stop thinking in terms of cool future tech and start thinking in terms of who defines the future of the human being. Then Webb does something even stronger.
You see, they're trying to hijack the Most High's creation and make man in their own image. And this is what this technology and transhumanism is really all about. And all of this nanoparticles and what the C-19 jump shot was really all about was this devil injecting you with shit that can make you a walking antenna. That can make you a walking receiver. And it's kind of like that movie Cell. I don't know if you brothers seen that movie Cell. I just recently watched it. But basically, when they send out a certain cell phone signal, a lot of the people got hijacked by that frequency, and then they were being like kind of controlled like a hive mind. Now, some of the people like John Cusack, his character was kind of immune to it because he wasn't using his phone at the moment they send out the signal. But basically, like everybody that got affected by that signal, they were basically like a huge hive mind, and they was being controlled by radio frequencies, And like and at night, the signal would just have them just huddled up and just be still, or just walking in circles and walking. And like eventually, once you got if you got chased down by one of the infected like people with the cell service, they would get close to you when they would open their mouth. And then like a signal would come out of their mouth. And if it got to your ear, it basically you got hijacked by the signal, and then you became part of the hive mind. You were being controlled by the frequency and by the signal that was being, sent from wherever it was being sent from. And this is what this devil is ultimately trying to do, man. He's trying to become the Most High via this technology and hijack the Most High's creation and make man in his own image, man. You see? And this is 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. All right, which is dealing with Esau, Edom. In this case, the son of destruction. It says, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God or that is worship. You see, and this is what the image of the beast is all about. This technology that they're getting ready to, unleash on you people. You see, you're going to have to worship his image. You're going to have to worship this technology. You're going to have to acquiesce and bow down to it. Take his micro C hip. If you want to buy or sell, if you want to function, eventually you're going to have to take one of Elon Musk's brain chips or one of these other companies' brain chips. You're going to have to allow yourself to be hacked by this devil, injected with more nanoparticles, basically allow him to hijack you and to, to own you, man. You're going to have to basically become his property, allow him on the inside, allow him total control. It says, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. How? Via this technology, man. It says, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. And now is that time. He's being revealed, man. And he can't hide himself. He's making Esau bare, and ultimately you got the prophets and the men of the Lord out here telling you exactly who this man is. exposing his plans, telling you his agendas, telling you what this technocracy is really all about. It's not about helping advancing humanity. It's not about detecting sicknesses before they happen and helping humans evolve and to use this technology to better society and to fix the problems with the earth. No, it's to give this devil a godlike ability via this technology, man. It says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way, you see? And he's getting ready to be taken out of the way. But first he has to be revealed. First he has to go forward with his agenda and his plans. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. And that's through the prophets. We're consuming this devil. We're outing him. We're calling him out. We're telling you who Esau Edom is. We're showing you who the wicked are. We're telling you what his ultimate agenda and plans are on the left-hand side. It says, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan. And what does Satan mean? Satan means an adversary. All right. It says, with the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. And a huge part of his signs and lying wonders is going to be this technology, man. You see? Talking, now he got Elon Musk got telekinesis where they're going to make the blind to see. They're going to make the lame to walk. They're using this technology to show you how they're helping monkeys play ping pong and, different things of that nature, presented as miracles, as mysteries. He's trying to show you with his technology that he can do the things that Yahweh Shai did, but, but better, but it's not better. Because Yahweh Shai didn't need to put you on an operating table. Yahweh Shai didn't need to put electrodes and brain chips and surgeries in order to help the blind to see. He just had that spiritual power to just say the word and touch you, and the miracle could be received, man. But this devil was coming with his pseudosciences, man, which is going to destroy a lot of you fucking people, man. Like they're going to show you in this article. In this video. It says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish. Right. So everything that he's coming is all deceivableness. It's not as it seems. He's selling you people a dream. All right. So let's go back here.
Stronger. She stops talking about abstract history and starts naming present-day power centers. If you look, for example, at the new head of the FDA, who very few people have bothered to look into, Robert Califf, he's a former Google Health executive. Google Health has a joint venture with GlaxoSmithKline called Galvani Bioelectronics. I think the former head of that was Monsef Salawi, who was in charge of Operation Warp Speed, and their focus is what they call bioelectronic medicine, which is, injectable nanotechnology that can manipulate your central nervous system.
You see, that can manipulate your central nervous system. These devils want control on the inside of you. And a lot of this technology, you know what's going to be used to do? A lot of this technology, and it's not going to, one thing you got to understand, this man's a damn devil. So if he's telling you that these technologies and these new miracle medicine is going to help you, ultimately, you got to understand it's going to be able to do the opposite. And with a lot of this nanotechnology and a lot of this shit that he's creating, hey, this devil, with this technology, once it's inside of you, not only will he be able to cure certain diseases, he can activate and turn on certain diseases on the inside of you, man. So let you buck up and be defiant. This dude can use that nanotechnology to turn on receptors in the body that can give you stage 4 cancer, man. That can give you dementia. That could, give you pneumonia or whatever the case. That could attack your cells. Turn certain things on, turn certain things off, man. This dude is absolutely a diabolical devil, man. This is why he cannot be trusted under no circumstances. You allow this man access to the inside of you or accept whatever he's offering you to put inside of you, man. Hey, it's going to come with a heavy price.
Humanism isn't just an ideology floating in books and think tanks. It's being built through partnerships between health agencies, pharma, and major tech firms. And here's the part of that which is directly verifiable. The FDA biography for Robert Califf says he previously served as head of medical strategy and senior advisor at Alphabet.
Look at this fucker. You want to trust this guy? You know he's a PDF file. You know he got child corn in his goddamn computer. You know he was at the Epstein Island. Look at him. He just looks like a weird, creepy, nasty, you want some candy type of MF, man.
contributing to strategy and policy for Verily Life Sciences and Google Health. And the GSK press release confirms that GSK and Verily created Galvani Bioelectronics to develop implantable bioelectronic medicines that can modify electrical signals along nerves in the body. Now, that doesn't prove every alarm in this clip, but it absolutely proves the central terrain is real. Major institutions are working on technologies that merge software, hardware, and human biology. And once the body becomes a platform, the next fear is obvious. Who controls the operating?
Right. And what is that? Something that we always speak about. It's the Internet of Bodies, Internet of Things, man. You see, it says the Internet of Bodies is a subset of the Internet of Things that connects the human body to a network via wearable ingestibles. And that's what they're talking about, that GSK. They're creating these technologies to where, you know, they'll give you, here, take this pill, ingest it, and we can monitor your health from the inside. You know, we can, like I said, this is part of the miracles where they'll tell you, we can take this ingestible pill and it'll monitor what's happening on the inside. We can predict, you know, a week in advance whether you're going to get sick, and we can prescribe you medicine, you know, when we're sensing the body is going to get sick or this or that to help you, you know. And a lot of people are going to fall for this shit and believe that that's what it's going to be ultimately used for. But hey, the true use of it is more nefarious and more wicked, man. It says, or implantable sensors. What is an implantable sensors? The O.T.B, man. It says it can collect personal health data and can alter bodily functions, creating a tethered relationship between physical and data shelves. This device, ranging from smartwatches to cochlear implants, promise improved healthcare, but raise significant data privacy, security, and ethical issues. Right, because once you allow them to put these implants, like I said, brain chip interfaces, neural links, you swallowing these ingestibles, getting down with these new bio health medicines and medical care, you're giving these devils complete and total access to the inside of your body, man. You see, like I said, and with that is going to come trouble. You see? It says the definition in relation to the Internet of Things, the IOB is an extension of the Internet of Things. While IoT refers to smart devices, e.g. smart thermostats, IOB introduces a more intimate, direct connection between human bodies and internet-connected, software-driven hardware. Yep, body externals, wearables such as Apple Watches, Fitbits, or SmartWings. Body internal, ingestible or implantable devices such as pacemakers, digital pills, or smart stents. You see, they don't ever put microchips because they know that represents the O.T.B. It says body embedded technology that merges with the body and is in real-time communication with remote systems such as brain-computer interfaces. Hello, Neuralink. This is what Elon Musk is creating. And remember, it's not going to be you're going to be left behind because this, you know, if this guy has a brain chip, he's going to up his IQ by 200. No, hey, that technology to up their IQ and to make them smarter is going to be for these elites, for these international bankers, for the 1%ers. You know, they're going to use this shit to turn you into, like the video say, a new age slave, man, for them to have total control and autonomy over your body, man. You see, it's all deception. It's all wickedness, man.
As a platform, the next fear is obvious. Who controls the operating system?
We have the person that just purchased Twitter, making a brain chip company. Mm-hmm. He's also a major contractor to the U.S. military. He has a major conflict of interest with Chinese Silicon Valley equivalents like Tencent. And, you know,
he says, and I love this, he says, that's one of the reasons why I want to get off the planet. He says his work is to find a way to compete against the transhumanistic, folly. You don't believe that at all?
I don't buy it. No. Okay. If you look at that company, they had animal trials. Many of the monkeys that was tested and died after the brain chip was put in. If that were my company, I would reformulate everything or shut it down if it was going to kill that many animals. But it's already moved into human trials.
This is where
this is why a lot of people that's going to sign up for this shit, a lot of you are going to drop dead, man. A lot of you people are just going to be used. Your human trials is going to be used as test dummies. It's going to be a lot of malfunctions. A lot of mistakes. Remember, Esau's technology is not perfect. There's always flaws. There's always mistakes. And like she was saying, all those monkeys that were dropping dead. Right. A lot of you people are going to acquiesce to this. You're going to go and get it. A lot of you are just going to drop dead. It's going to malfunction. You know, you're going to leave out of there feeling good. 2 hours later, you're going to be not feeling right. A lot of you people are going to, suffer greatly for trusting in this damn devil, man. You see? This man is not the Most High, man. He's not perfect. His technology is not without flaws, man. And a lot of you people are going to suffer the consequences for putting your trust in this damn devil.
Segment gets emotionally sticky because it touches the technology that audiences instantly understand, brain chips. And here again, there is real reporting behind part of the anxiety. Reuters reported that Neuralink faced federal scrutiny over animal testing, with employees alleging rushed experiments and unnecessary deaths. Reuters said the company had killed about 1,500 animals since 2018, including sheep, pigs, and monkeys. Now, to be precise,
Right, and they ain't gonna tell you how many humans drop dead that they are testing and using human trials on. They're not gonna tell you that, man.
that reporting does not automatically validate every broader claim Webb makes, but it does support the larger point that invasive neurotechnology is not some distant fantasy. It is here, it is funded, and it is controversial.
I talked to Ray Kurzweil once, and I said, you put the nanotechnology, just help me out here, Ray. I'm a science fiction writer. You put the nanotechnology into me, and you control it. Not me, you control it. And I start speaking out about things that you and the powerful don't like. Why don't you just turn me off? Why don't you just, oh, you know what? And all that nanotechnology, and I just die.
Sure.
And his response was, because we wouldn't do that.
Yeah, let's trust us.
Yeah.
How has that gone for the, past 100 years or so? Right. And if organized crime are the people in charge, are you going to trust them? I mean, they want us to trust them. If you look at the World Economic Forum or even the Biden administration and a lot of their policy documents, one of their main focuses are rebuilding trust with the public, and it's not working.
That exchange is
Right, it ain't gonna work. You'd be a goddamn fool to trust these fucking devils, man. So what do you see what he was saying? Oh, if I start saying things that you don't like or speaking against it, won't you just turn me off? The devil said, we wouldn't do that. Yeah, okay. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Right. And we go into that word killed. The root word of it is apo, which means to be separated, man. Because in the future, look, if you don't bow down to this new system, if you don't worship the biometrics, if you don't pretty soon they're talking about if you don't give up your biometrics, you can't have a bank account. And what do you and that's going to start applying to everything. If you don't start slowly acquiescing and agreeing and getting your prerequisite requirements in order to start functioning in this society, you're going to be separated, man. Like I said, if you don't have your biometrics linked up to your bank account, then guess what? You're not going to have a bank account. Then therefore what? You can't direct deposit. You won't be able to get a paycheck. You won't be able to get paid. How much more, when they start bringing this MOTB, the micro C-HIP as a prerequisite in order for you to function in society, to get a job, to board a plane, to get on a train, to ride the city bus, to have a bank account, to have an apartment, to get electricity, to buy or sell. What the hell you think people are going to do when push comes to shove, man? And it's not going to stop there. All right. It's going to what? All these people, these new age slaves in this new world order, you're going to have a fucking brain chip. You're going to have a brain chip interface. It's going to be required. It's not going to be an option. You're going to have to allow them to put that nanotechnology in you. You're going to have to allow them to hack you and put everything inside of you so that you can be on the grid, so you can be tracked, traced, and monitored, and watched at all times, man. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that's what the mark, the charagma. So all part of this technology, all part of this technological system that they're creating. And we've been telling you, Jakes, ad nauseum, this is the agenda and this is their plan. And this is what these devils are doing. And they got all the pieces in place. They got all the legislation in place. They got all the right players, the right companies. They're all on board, man. You see? It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, you see? And this is what they're talking about. And this is how they're going to make you the new class of slaves in this new world order, man, via this technology, man. So you other Israelite groups out there better wake the hell up and realize how deep this thing really goes and understand it's not a C theory. It's a C fact. And this is the agenda of these elites, man. So with that, Lord willing, you were edified. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, you were edified. To the next one, Shalom.